muting myself so you can talk, okay?
Okay, so good morning all. I know that people might still be filing in, but I'm Judith, and this is a 45-minute yoga fusion class, which is supported by AARP of New Mexico and Villages of Santa Fe. So you are most welcome, and we will not go on the floor in case you were wondering or worried. Basically, the only prop you might need for this class would be a chair without wheels and preferably without arms because we move from side to side. So you'll want to have enough range of motion here and not have to deal with any kind of arms impeding your movements. The other thing I like to say is that if you should happen to have props like yoga blocks, for example, or a strap, you could have them handy because those will be useful to you to assist should you choose to use them. Now, a strap can be substituted with a scarf or a belt or a dog leash or a bathroom tie. If you don't have blocks, you could substitute with 2 water bottles or 2 canned goods of equal size and weight. But here again, these are optional, so don't panic. The other thing I like to recommend is if you have some hand weights, I have a set of 1-pounders and I have a set of 2-pounders, nothing heavier than 2 pounds for this class. So we don't want anybody to get overzealous and then end up hurting themselves. So a lot of the moves could be done sitting in the chair, but I plan to do a combination of sitting and standing. So I'll give you the option if we're standing, maybe you could do it sitting as well if you have trouble standing for long periods of time. And the other recommendation is if whatever is being offered does not suit your body for whatever reason, you could modify, you could do something else, or you could skip it. So just listen to what the mind and body are asking for, and you should have no trouble just moving through the practice and identifying possibly new areas of your body that you didn't even know were there. So I'm going to start standing with the feet directly below the hips. So this is not hip distance. Hip distance is where the femur plugs into that pelvic girdle, and the toes are going to point forward. So let's just start by lifting some heels here. This you could also do sitting tall in the chair, but you'll get more effectiveness, I think, if you stand, a little bit more stretch, a little more pumping of the blood into the feet and the toes if you stand. So you're just bicycle pedaling those heels and you're standing tall. Now imagine that head is like a helium balloon and there's a golden thread connecting you to the sky. So you're standing tall and maybe you want to roll those shoulders a few times just to get those chests open. So bicycle pedaling the feet for 4 and 3 and 2, 1. Let's bring those heels to stillness. Let's lift the right heel. Maybe you want to have a finger or 2 on that chair or a wall. A wall would work as well. And you're just going to start circling that right ankle, standing tall on that left supporting leg. And it's the ankle joint that's initiating the movement. The knee and the thigh just go along for the ride. And you're just circling that ankle as best you can. There might be some popping and crunching, just no worries. It's usually air or gas inside the joint. And then we're going to circle the other way. Try not to collapse onto that left side, that left supporting leg. You're standing tall for 4 and 3, 2, 1. Let's bring that to stillness. Place that right heel down. Left heel lifts now. If you don't want to use the support of the chair or the wall, you could use hands on hips or a hip crease here. And here again, it's the ankle joint initiating that movement, circling away. Nice and easy. Standing tall on that right supporting leg. And then going ahead and circling in the other direction. Now, maybe the range of motion is different on this ankle than it was on the other side. And just noticing, there's no self-judgment here. Just observing where the body is at this morning. And let's circle slowly back down and bring that heel down to the earth. Here, the feet can come a little bit wider. Hands could come to hips here as we start circling those hips. Now imagine those hips are on the inside of a barrel, and your job is to get to touch each point on that 360-degree circle. The abdominals are engaged here. You're not just letting them hang out. Abdominals are a counterbalance muscle. You have to keep pulling them in. And if you don't, then at some point, they'll just stay out and they won't go back in. So that's a little bit of a warning. And let's go ahead and circle in the other direction. So maybe inhaling as you go forward, exhaling, squeezing navel to spine as you go around the back. Maybe you want to get the torso engaged a little bit more, but maybe you don't. So let's keep circling here for 4. Deep, full breaths. 3, 2, and 1. Corkscrew back to center now. Rolling some shoulders now forward, up, back, and down. Oh, since we're all muted, I forgot to say that if you feel like letting out sound, sighing, moaning, groaning, very therapeutic, very cathartic, so feel free. Now, as we're rolling the shoulders, you're remembering those deep, full breaths. You can call them LSD breaths. Long, slow, and deep. Which each breath, you're going to take it all the way down to the bottom lobes of the lungs. And now we're reversing the shoulders. And then on the exhale, you're going to squeeze all the air out of the lungs. So usually the inhale is a bit shorter. The exhale could be quite a bit longer, just getting all the stale air out of those lungs. A few more just like this. And let's bring that to stillness. I'm going to move the chair away for just a moment. Let's take the legs rather wide here. And we're just going to take a few big breaths. Knees track over toes as you inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale, practicing those LSD breaths. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. A few more, finding your own rhythm and pace. 2 more. This time, let's leave the arms up overhead. Start climbing that invisible rope now. You could do this seated in the chair if you can't stand for long periods of time. Just make sure you're sitting more forward in the seat of the chair and not collapsing in the back of the chair. So climbing that invisible rope, you don't have to look up at the sky. You want to keep the back of the neck long, avoid crunching up those vertebrae there by the neck. Big full breaths for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Now here we're going to interlace fingers, palms press away right in front of the chest. Inhale, press those palms to the sky. Now let's just pause here and check on that alignment. So the palms face the ceiling, shoulders drop away from ears, head lines up with tailbone, abdominals are engaged, the legs are straight, but the knees are not locked, and the 4 corners of each foot is rooting into the earth. Inhale, press the palms to the sky. Exhale, just a slight bend of the spine forward, palms stay in front of the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round and squeeze. Inhaling and exhaling. You could do this in the chair. Inhaling and exhaling. 2 more. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhaling, exhaling. Let's come back up, either standing or sitting. The palms still face the ceiling, and just grounding through those feet. Or if you're in the chair, grounding through the sits bones, little circles with those palms, like you're cleaning a spot on the ceiling. No need to look up there, because you know your arms are not reaching the ceiling, unless you have really long arms. Let's go the other way. Circling the other direction. Nice and easy for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's unlace the fingers and just float those arms down so that they're parallel to the earth. Here again, you could do this sitting in the chair. Palms face the floor. See if you can drop the shoulders away from the ears, and you're bouncing that invisible ball with the palms of the hands that face the earth. For 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's bring the arms to stillness. They're still parallel to the earth. Flip the palms to the sky. Inhale. Exhale, palms meet together overhead. Inhale, arms parallel. Exhale, arms come together. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take the arms parallel to the earth. Now, the fingers are spread wide here. So imagine those palms. Those palms are facing forward to the front of your space. See if you can open the chest just a tad. It could be an 1/18 of an inch, maybe not. You're not going to force anything or jam anything. Let's take a few big breaths here. Inhaling, belly expands, rib cage expands, collarbones lift, noticing the pause at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly, noticing the pause at the bottom. One more time, just like that. Inhale, belly expands, rib cage expands, collarbones lift, noticing that pause at the top. Exhaling, collarbones, rib cage, belly, noticing that pause at the bottom. Keeping those fingers spread wide, let's direct the thumbs towards the earth. Oof. This may be an owl moment. It's okay, moaning, groaning. And let's press to the back wall for 4, and 3, 2, 1. Let's take soft fists with the hands now. Elbows are a fixed point in space. Inhale, coming into the center. Exhale, stretch the arms away. Thumbs can point towards the earth. In soft fist, inhale and exhale. Let's do 8, if that's available, or as many as you can do. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Oh, I'm ready to say ow on 1. Let's float those arms down, but triple slow time. Try not to let them collapse. And let's just shake out those shoulders. They should be nice and warm by now. Let's take the legs wide, and we're just going to start swinging some arms here. Just swing those arms. Giving yourself a little bit of a massage here. Self-massage is a wonderful thing. So as you get more into the rhythm, you might want to lift the opposite heel as you look in the opposite direction. And then once you get into that rhythm with the arms and the legs, see if you can just look over the shoulder to the wall behind you, giving a nice twist and squeeze to the spine. Meanwhile, the arms are tapping the internal organs. So it's right here above the waist. And that backhand could tap by the kidneys, which are a little bit higher up beneath the shoulder blades. So you're massaging those internal organs, inhaling and exhaling, and looking over the shoulder each time you twist. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. And you're going to corkscrew back down to center now. Maybe roll the shoulders. And here you might wish to use the chair for support or not. You decide. You might be able to do this without using the chair. So I'll do it forward. Again, the feet are directly underneath the hips, toes point forward. Maybe the feet need to go a little bit wider, maybe shoulder width, not too wide. Knees will track over the toes. Inhale, bend the knees, knees track over toes, torso stays upright. So there's no lurching forward, that's not the object. See if you can just grind those feet into the earth. Inhale up, exhale up, sorry. Inhale, bend. Exhale up. You could do this facing the chair. Inhale to bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Let's do 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Deep, full breaths. 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Heels stay grounded. Little pulses here. Doesn't have to be huge. Little baby squats for 8, 7, 6. Strengthening the quads. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1. Drop shoulders away from ears. Can you lift the toes? Press the toes down, lifting them and pressing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Little moves. Slowly come on up. Shake everything out. Now let's everyone face the back of the chair. So you've got your chair there for support, and maybe your feet are maybe about 10 or 12 inches away from the backs of those chair legs. I won't mirror you for this. I'm going to extend the right leg back. Both sets of toes point forward. Now imagine each foot is on its own separate railroad track. There's an imaginary beach ball between the thighs, and you're going to squeeze that imaginary beach ball. So to start, the torso is going to stay upright. You're going to lift the back right heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Heel comes back down. Now you might want to cheat this left foot slightly farther forward. Both knees are going to bend a little bit more this time. The back heel will stay lifted. Inhale, lift. Exhale, bend both knees just slightly. Inhale, lift. Back heel stays lifted. Exhale, inhale, and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay down on 1 here. Little pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's stay down to your optimum baby squat here. Here we'll tilt the torso forward. So you're using the back of chair for support. Maybe one arm wants to come forward. Maybe it doesn't. Maybe the second arm wants to come forward. So you're strengthening this left front quad. Shoulders drop away from ears. Belly is engaged for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Inhale, exhale, arm back, lift it back up. Inhale, exhale, opposite arm for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. One hand comes back to the chair. Second hand, right foot meets the left. Shake out the legs. How was that side? Did it cooperate? I'm going to move these away so I have some space. We'll do the other side now. So this time, you're going to be about 10 or 12 inches away from the back of the chair. This time, the right foot comes back. That's correct. No. There we go. Left foot comes back. And this right quad is forward. So you're going to stay upright here for this. And just going to lift and lower that back left heel. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's relift that back left heel. This time, both knees are going to bend slightly, but you're going to keep upright with that torso like you're a piston. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down in 1. Little squats here. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Stay down in your optimum baby squat here. Now you can tilt the torso slightly forward, maybe, strengthening that right front quad. Maybe one arm comes forward, maybe it doesn't. Maybe a second arm can come forward, but maybe it doesn't. You decide. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Staying right here. Inhale, exhale, one arm behind, bring it forward. Inhale, exhale, bring that other arm and bring it forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Woo! One arm comes down to chair back, second arm comes down, left foot comes forward, shake it out, shake out those legs. That side might have been a totally different experience, just noticing that. This part here, the feet are going to be pointing out in first position. The heels come together, the toes point out about 30 to 45 degrees as you face the back of your chair. Or you could do this facing a wall as well. We're going to inhale, lift, and then drop the heels back down to earth. Press. Inhaling and exhaling for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's stay up on 1. Stay up on those tippy toes as best you can. Using the back of the chair for support. Find a spot that doesn't move, or drishti point. Maybe it's on the floor in front of you. Maybe one arm can come up to help with balance. Maybe a second arm can come up, but maybe not, to help with balance. Shoulders drop away from ears for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One arm comes down, second arm comes down. Float those heels down. Shake out those feet and ankles and the legs. And just noticing a lot of blood flow going on in those lower extremities. I'm going to have my weights handy. Weights are optional. You don't need them. If you don't have them, don't worry. Let's go ahead and take a seat. And I recommend sitting more towards the front of the chair seat, not collapsing, into the back of the chair, tempting as it may be. And let's take the legs nice and wide. And then from here, let's just start by circling the rib cage. Again, we're inside of that barrel, our old friend, the barrel. And it's just the ribs moving, initiating that movement. So the shoulders and everything else just goes along for the ride. Imagine the rib cage is like a hat box on a flat table, and you're just circling that hat box on the surface of the table. And here again, if you find any spots that feel tender or dark or sticky or painful, you could pause there and breathe into those areas and then keep moving. The abdominals are engaged, the belly and the navel up and back towards the spine. Always working on those abdominals. Let's find the opportunity and go the other direction, circling the rib cage. Deep, full breaths as you oxygenate the system. Let's corkscrew back to center. From here, let's take right forearm and press it against that right thigh. Avoid the knee joint. So the forearm presses into the thigh presses into the forearm. Let's take that left arm up, but then fingertips come to the shoulders, and your chest is going to stay square to the front of your screen or your space, and you're going to start circling that left elbow. Try not to let the head dangle. Keep it nice and strong, those neck muscles nice and strong, so you're not going to have soreness somewhere down the line here. A few more in this direction. And then you're going to reverse and go the other way. If this is impossible, you can take your hand to that left hip and look over the shoulder to your wall behind you. So that's a modification. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Very nice. Let's come back to center now. Shake out that shoulder, both of them. And let's take the left forearm pressing into the left thigh. The left thigh presses into the left forearm. Right arm can float up, fingertips to shoulder, or possibly, if that's not available, right hand to right hip. You can roll the shoulder and look over the shoulder to the wall behind you. You decide what's appropriate for you. So let's start circling the elbow. That's where you're at with the elbow. And your abdominals are engaged. You're sitting tall, even though you're tilting over to the left. And let's go ahead and reverse in the other direction. Oh boy. Big full breaths as you're pumping synovial fluid into those joints. That doesn't happen until you move the joint. 2 more. And then let's bring that to stillness and coming back to center. Shake out the shoulders. Let's go ahead and take the torso, and we're going to do a pendulum-like motion. So we're going to swing back down through center, come up on the left, swing through the left, come back down, come back up on the right. So it's this sort of metronome kind of movement. You're engaging the belly. You're sitting tall in the center. Breathing, big full breaths for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Back to center. Let's float the arms up overhead. Inhale. Take a couple breaths here. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Let's float the fingers back up again. Interlace them one more time. And this time they come around that round part of the skull. And you're going to try to pin your elbows like butterfly wings to the back wall. Now you're not going to jam the neck. You're not going to press on it and yank it. They're just there for a little help to hold the head up. So you're not going to jam it or force it. Inhale. Let's tilt over to the right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Tilting side to side. Grounding through those sits bones on your chair. And sitting tall in the middle. Do not press hard on the back of the neck. The hands are just placed there. Couple more. Come back to center now. Right elbow crosses over to left knee. Exhale. Inhale. Sitting tall in the center. Left elbow crosses to right knee. Exhale. Inhale. Tall in the center. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, arms stay exactly the same. Maybe walk the legs slightly closer together, but not parallel, just slightly closer. This time, right elbow to left knee as you lift the leg. Exhale, inhale, opposite, exhale, Inhale, sitting tall in the center for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Coming back to center. Let's unfold those arms. Taking your time, just making them parallel. Palms can face the earth. Let's make some soft fists as you float it back down. Nice and gentle. Roll the shoulders and maybe just jiggle the legs a little. Do a little Fred Astaire there with the legs. Just to take out any tension or kinks that might have crept in there. I'm going to use 2 1-pound weights, but weights are optional. You don't have to have them. Usually the weight of the arm bones is plenty. So from here, we're going to keep the legs wide again one more time. You could also do this one standing. That's an option, but I'm going to stay on the chair. Right forearm to right thigh. And let's just drop that left arm down in the center. And let's just start circling that arm. So you've got your belly engaged here. We're just stretching out some of the ligaments and bones here. Just get everything cleared. And let's circle the other way. Nice and easy. And let's bring that circling to stillness. Now you're going to stay lifted through the torso. So try not to collapse over the thigh. So it's like I'm going to drop my weights on the earth, but I'm not. I'm going to inhale like a bow and arrow. Exhale with that elbow. Inhale down. Exhale back, sitting tall as you lift for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold the elbow up. Little pulses here, like you're nudging somebody with your elbow for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring that to stillness. Upper arm stays parallel to the earth. Forearm is perpendicular to the earth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's okay to say ow. 2, and 1. Straighten that arm and just very slowly make a little half rainbow arc as you drop that arm down to the side very slowly and shake that side out. Oof. Let's take that arm on the inside of that left thigh. Inhale, exhale, working on biceps. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Slowly, slowly, slowly unwind that arm. Triple slow time. And once again, let's return to that circling. So you give that arm a little stretch, a little relief. And then you're going to circle the other way. And then bringing that back to stillness. Let's come back to center. If you're using weights, it's either no weight, 1 weight, or 2 weights in the right hand. Left forearm to left thigh. Let's again start the whole process by circling. Nice and easy. No rush to get there. Warming those muscles. And then when you find an opportunity, we circle in the other direction. And as I said, let's corkscrew back to center. Now you could do this one standing. You could do this one standing. I'm going to stay in the chair, just so you know that option. So inhale, like you're going to drop the weights on the earth, but you're not. Exhale, sitting tall in the center, drawing that elbow back like a bow and arrow. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep that elbow back. Little pumps here. Nice and gentle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing it to stillness. Upper arm stays parallel to the earth. Forearm is perpendicular to the earth. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. That's a very slow half rainbow arc. Come down the side. Try not to just let the arm collapse. I know it's tempting. And we're going to take that arm on the inside of that right leg. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Working on biceps for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now you're going to unfold that arm, triple slow time, slow it down, nice and easy. And then again, leaning onto that left thigh, you can circle that arm, letting out any tension that may have crept in there, as it has a habit of doing. And then we'll go the other way. And then bringing that to stillness. I'm going to lose one of my weights. I'm going to keep the legs wide. And I've got my one little weight like a dog bone. If you don't have weights, it could be hands together, fingers folded over, like when you were sitting in grade school, right? So the arms come up overhead, shoulders drop away. Inhale, and then exhale like you're chopping wood. Inhale and exhale for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Let's bring it back up, and you can lose that weight. And now, once again, we're going to take the torso forward. You can press on the inside of the thighs, avoid the knee joint, and you're just going to look over that left shoulder to the wall behind you. Maybe you want to put that forearm on that left thigh. With the right forearm, you're just going to press that right thigh away very gently. It's not a death press there. And you're looking over your left shoulder. And you're breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming back up to center, nice and slow. Now you're going to go over to the right. You can press with your left hand into that left thigh. Right forearm can be on right thigh as you twist and turn and look over that right shoulder to the wall behind you for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center now. Coming back to center, floating the torso up. Let's just take the legs and shake them out one more time. If you have blocks, you might want to have a block or two in front of you. If you don't have a block, no worries. Very quickly, let's cross right ankle over top of left thigh. Right ankle over top of left thigh. You're going to take your right hand and just do a little pulse on the soft part of the thigh. Do not press on the knee joint. Do not do that because those knees don't like it. And they don't last forever. So we have to treat our knees with a lot of love. Let's bring that to stillness. Let's take the right forearm, slip it under the calf, You might want to lift that leg and just rock your baby here. So you could do it side to side, sitting tall in the chair. That's part of the challenge. Or maybe you want to circle in a couple different directions, in 2 different directions to really open that hip. And then let's place that down. So it's right ankle on top of the left thigh, not the knee joint. You're going to flex that top right foot. You're going to externally rotate that foot while it's still flexed. You should immediately feel a pull here in that right hip. So you're going to ground through the 4 corners of that standing foot, the left foot. And you're going to float the arms up. Shoulders drop away from ears, crown of head lifts to sky. You're going to lead with the sternum, back is flat. Exhale, going forward, forward, forward. Maybe your hands might reach the earth. Mine don't. Or you could take your hands to a block or fists to a block. And if that doesn't work, just grab opposite elbows and hang out with the leg up here at the top. And maybe little rocks from side to side. You should feel that hip opening. Big full breaths. The top right foot is still flexed. It's still externally rotated. And you're breathing for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bringing back to center and then pressing yourself up. Press on the thighs, not the knee joint. Come on up. Unwind that leg. Let's shake it out. Oof. Let's go to the other side. Left ankle crosses over top of the right thigh. That thigh muscle, not the knee joint. Left ankle crosses on top of the right thigh. You're going to take your left hand and press on that soft inner part of the thigh, sitting tall, getting some more synovial fluid going in there, nice and gentle. Big full breaths. Let's bring that to stillness. The left forearm comes underneath the calf. Grab the foot with your other hand and rock this baby. Maybe it's circling. If you're circling, go in both directions. Maybe just side to side, east to west feels sufficient. You decide. One hip may be an artificial hip. This is my artificial hip on this side. Let's go ahead and bring that to stillness. And let's go ahead and come back to center. And you're going to flex that top left foot and then externally rotate the top left foot. Should immediately feel it in the hip. Float those arms up. This side may be a different experience. Stretch the fingers to the sky. Back is flat. Chest bleeds. Inhale. Exhale. Don't let the head dangle. Maybe the hands reach blocks. Maybe they reach the earth. Maybe they cross the arms, the hands cross to opposite elbows. And you're just going to rock. Maybe little micro movements here might feel good, but maybe not. Maybe it's just a static press. Try not to let the head dangle here. Breathing for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Press yourself up. Hands on thighs could work nicely. And then unfold that leg and shake it out. Maybe you want to grab some water right here. I'm bringing my chair a little closer to you. We'll finish with some working on the neck. So sitting in your chair nice and tall. Let's roll the shoulders a few times. And let's just drop the chin to the center of the chest. So just noticing the weight of the head, tractioning that back part of the neck. Let's roll right ear to right shoulder. Come back through center. Roll left ear to left shoulder. Oh boy. I felt a tug there. It's like you're scraping something off the chin onto your chest. Moving from side to side. I'm having a lot of crunching here. Snap, crackle, and pop. Oof. Let's come back to center. Float the chin parallel to the earth. Just turn the face to the right. Shoulders stay still. Noticing range of motion here on this side of the neck. Coming back to center, turn the face to the left. Notice range of motion. Is it the same? Just moving the face from side to side. Oh boy, taking your time. And then coming back to center, drop left ear to left, right ear to right shoulder. Coming back to center, left ear to left shoulder. Side to side, breathing, remembering to sit tall. And then coming back through center, let's just float the arms up overhead. Exhale down by the side of the body. One more, just like that. Inhale. Exhale. Arms lift up. Inhale. This time palms meet. Hands come down in the midline in the prayer position. And they can just land on your thighs. Maybe you want to roll the shoulders up, back, and down. And just noticing where the energy's moved in the body. Heart beating, blood flowing. Chi and life force energy moving throughout the system. With your feet firmly planted on the earth, notice relaxation forming in the soles of the feet. And that moves up the body, like you're inserting your body in a hot tub. So it engulfs the feet and the ankles. And then that relaxation moves up into the calves, the lower legs. It envelops the knees, and then it moves into the thighs, allowing the legs and the feet to become very heavy. The relaxation moves into the hips, the buttocks, pelvis. The low back releases. The relaxation moves up the belly into the waist and the torso, enveloping the ribs, the heart, the lungs, the kidneys, the pancreas, the spleen, all the vital organs deeply relaxed. It moves up the chest and into the shoulders, rolls down both arms, all the way to the fingertips. It envelops the throat and the neck, and then it envelops the head, all the way to the crown of the head. The back of the neck releases. The face and the jaw let go. The tongue lies at the bottom of the mouth, teeth slightly apart. Eyes sink deep into the skull, as though a white circle of healing light envelops the entire body. All the bones, all the soft tissues, all the cells of the body, moving with chi, life force energy, flowing throughout the system. Noticing back body and front body, right side and left side. Noticing the whole body together, the whole body together, the whole body together. And while you're resting here in Shavasana, here's a quote from the late, great Alan Watts. We thought of life by analogy with a journey, a pilgrimage, which had a serious purpose at the end. And the end was to get to that. And the thing was to get to that end. Success or whatever it is. Maybe heaven after you're dead. But we missed the point the whole way along. It was a musical thing. And you were supposed to sing or to dance while the music was being played. And on the next inhale, let's float the palms up overhead, hands meet in prayer, dropping down the midline, stopping at the heart, samastiti. May you be happy. May you be free from suffering and the causes of suffering. May you know peace. I salute the bright light in each and every one of you. Namaste. Jai Bhagwan.
Okay.